This is tkal, the Week in AI Earnings, August 5th. 6 of the biggest names in the AI trade reported this week: Meta, AMD, Kioxia, SanDisk, Palantir, and SpaceX. Every one of them beat, and the tape returned the same verdict each time. The beat stopped being enough. Here's the read. The through line is this: demand printed real, and it printed accelerating. But the market didn't pay for the headline. It repriced every name on cash and on discipline. What got rewarded wasn't who beat. It was who funds the spending and who holds the line on price. Print 1, Meta. The ad engine beat cleanly. Advertising grew 27% to $59.4 billion on 14% more impressions at 12% higher prices. A healthy auction. But free cash flow collapsed 91% to just $784 million against $31 billion of capex. The stock fell about 10% to a 521 low, then bought itself back about 14%. Meta is the only builder spending at hyperscaler scale with no cloud line and no contracted backlog behind the build. Print 2, AMD. A double beat, record revenue of $11.5 billion, up 50%. Data center more than doubled, up 107% to $6.7 billion, now 58% of the whole company. The MI 450 book is underwritten by OpenAI, Oracle, Meta, and Anthropic, and the third quarter guide is about $13 billion. The second source to NVIDIA thesis stopped being a story, and the stock still sold the print because perfection was already in the price. Prints 3 and 4, the NAND fabs. Kioxia's guided blowout landed, revenue of about $11.1 billion, up 415% at a 75% operating margin. But the news was the discipline. It flipped to net cash, announced a $5 billion buyback and a 3-for-1 split, and held its newest fab at about 50% utilization. Price and profit first. The stock jumped 18%. SanDisk, which shares the same Japanese fab, printed its own record, revenue near $9 billion and 85% gross margin, and fell 4 to 8% because after a 500% run, the supercycle was already in the price. Same wafer stream, 2 tapes. The cycle is booked. The durable variable is whether the discipline holds. Prints 5 and 6, the app layer and the first space print. Palantir's U.S. commercial revenue re-accelerated to 149% instead of mean reverting. Total revenue up 93%, a 62% operating margin, a rule of 40 at 155. It then raised its full-year bar to 134%. The deceleration thesis died. Only the multiple is left. The stock added 12%. SpaceX's first-ever public print beat every segment and raised guidance for the first time in 24 years. But the story was the capex. $18.4 billion of it, almost $16 billion aimed at AI, and an August 6th lockup that triples the float. So look at the scoreboard. Every name beat and the tape paid 6 different ways. Meta, sold, then bounced. AMD, a double beat, sold. Kioxia, up 18 on discipline. SanDisk, a record, priced in, down. Palantir, thesis retired, up 12. SpaceX, a beat, under a float overhang. The result had almost nothing to do with the numbers, and everything to do with what was already priced. So what's next? The demand is booked, not forecast. Roughly $725 billion of 2026 hyperscaler capex, up 77%, is pulling HBM, enterprise NAND, and AI compute. That's the durable lane, and it's self-funded. The risk isn't demand, it's the multiple. Anything spending without a backlog, like Meta, or already up 500%, like SanDisk, is priced for perfection. The next falsifiers. The August 6th SpaceX lockup that triples the float, the third quarter hyperscaler capex prints, and the fourth quarter memory contract refresh in mid-October. That's the week in AI and memory earnings. The full recap with every print and every figure sourced is up now at tkal.news. As always, this is not investment advice. Thanks for watching.